What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade, basketball analysis coming to y'all with that quick analysis. We're going to talk about the Suns taking a 2-0 lead over the Los Angeles Clippers. This was a game that I reminded this series will be close. Both of these teams take a lot of threes. Both of these teams have a bunch of perimeter players that are long, that are lanky, that can cover a lot of ground. And Aiden has been amazing. Not only did he hit the game-winning dunk, he also hit a mid-range. He also finished around the rim pretty well without turning the ball over or missing a lot of opportunities. When they gave him the basket, he was strictly looking to score or get the ball out of his hands by passing. He killed them on the Clippers on the boards, which I thought would be a factor in this series too, and he did pretty well the first two games. And Aiden has been amazing this whole postseason. A lot of people really didn't know what he was going to be, what he was, and what he really meant to this team. But Aiden has played his best basketball in the playoffs, and you want your best player, especially the ones that you're building your foundation around, to thrive in the playoffs. And Aiden and Booker has done that, even though they are young, even though this is their first appearance in the playoffs, they have done well. Devin Booker had some bad shooting nights here and there, including this game. But Aiden, to me, has been consistent. He has been consistent through every round, whether it's against Denver, whether against the Lakers, whether even now against the Clippers. He has been absolutely spectacular, and I'm proud of him. This is a guy that was the number one pick that people didn't really think he deserved it. People looked back and laughed at him a couple years ago because he looked like a solid role player. And now he's showing you that he is an interior force and he can be a solid defender, something that he got mocked about when he was younger in the league. And now people know him as a respectable defender. It's all about work ethic, it's all about the love, a passion for the game. And he's not trying to be a dominant center. He's doing exactly what they need him to do: get hustle points, protect the paint, rotate, protect by using verticality, roll to the rim, pass if you don't have the ball, pass if you do have the ball, and keep the ball moving if you don't have a legitimate shot and go up strong. They're not asking him to do much, and he's still giving you around 20 points every single game, and he's not even really having too many plays called for him, and he still has had a great impact on this team on both ends of the court, and you have to give him credit for that. Devin Booker, I feel like he was trying too much. He was forcing it a lot, and that's one thing Devin Booker still hasn't mastered is picking the right shots, making sure he's getting to his shots, and continuing to move the ball if he doesn't have a great one. He doesn't always have to take the tough ones. He doesn't always have to settle. I feel like he rushes or he just becomes comfortable to the point where he's satisfied. You have to look for the best shot available. You have to make the defenders work, and I feel like Patrick Beverly did a good job on him. He stayed up in them, taking away a lot of his jump shot opportunities. He was able to pick his pockets multiple times or guard him one-on-one and then knock the ball, and then it forced them to inbound the ball again. So Beverly did a good job of containing them. He did a good job of staying in front of them, and he made Devin Booker work for it. And Devin Booker, not only did he not shoot the ball well, he also turned the ball over a lot. And you'll be surprised for him to make mistakes defensively also in the fourth quarter and have turnovers and not really have a dominant impact offensively, and they still won the game. That just surprising that Devin Booker can play this bad and still get you a playoff W. And a lot of it has to do with Cameron Johnson. Cameron. He came off the bench, hit some mid ranges. He was able to cut to the basket. He was able to hit some big threes. You have to give credit to Cameron Payne because he came in ready to go, getting assists, not turning the ball over, finishing around the rim, pulling the three, pushing the pace, and probing when he didn't have a shot or he turned down a shot. And that's what Devin Booker has to do. If you don't have a shot, if you don't see a clean look, if you feel like you have to make it more difficult to take it, you can turn a lot of those down. You have Mikal Bridges, you have Jay Crowder, you have Aiden, you have all these guys that have shown, even in this particular game, that they got your back and they have talent, they can do things too. You have to trust them. You have to allow them to grow with you. You can't have this me against the world, I have to carry us mentality when you have great players around you. I like this Phoenix team. I don't like just Devin Booker and Chris Paul. I like this team. I like their coaches. I like this whole movement that they're doing. And they actually won this game because the supporting cast was able to step up when it mattered most. Paul George, he had a bad game too. Didn't really play as well as he probably hoped. Didn't really shoot the ball well from three. Missed some crucial free throws that cost them the game to me. And even though they had a shot at the end, he still was way off on that three. He really, took some tough ones. He settled a lot, and the Phoenix Suns live with it. Like I said, if he's going to take those shots, we're just going to make it tough. I liked the fact that they corralled him in the paint. When he drove, he wasn't that fast. He didn't really, burst to the rim, and they was able to rotate. They was able to contest. They was able to strip him. They was able to get, offensive charges on him. They really made Paul George do everything. And he just couldn't do enough of it efficiently on both ends of the court, handling the ball to where it was able to secure a W. They came close, but they still ultimately didn't get it done. And it's unfortunate, but only one team can win. I feel like his supporting cast, Reggie Jackson, had another great game. He's due for a big contract because he's scoring off the ball, he's scoring on the ball, he's scoring tough shots in every single series, and he has been one of their most consistent and reliable players. Nobody would have thought that coming into the season, but he has been this entire postseason, every single series, and he's going to have to continue that play if they want to, get back from a 2-0 deficit and tie this thing back up. And Morris, he has to do more. I feel like he's capable of hitting big shots, and he has done that through this postseason. They need him to do a little bit more. I feel like Batum had spots when he did great plays, but not enough of it. The last two games against Phoenix, he needs to be more of a difference makers on both ends of the court, and I feel like he hasn't done that enough in this series. And even Patrick Beverly, he did good defense, but he made big plays. But it's interesting to see how they're going to play his minutes, because sometimes they make it seem like they don't need him, sometimes they make it seem like they really do. But they still trying to balance out when to use them, when to not use them, and I feel like that's something that Ty Lue's still going to have to figure out. Rondo made some big threes and some plays. When he did play, he wasn't the guy that they thought they was getting when they got rid of Lou Williams, but he has been a solid contributor here and there for them. And I also feel like Phoenix had multiple chances where they could have sealed the deal. They had multiple chances where they should have been able to hold on to the lead without, losing it to the Clippers. But they gave Clippers hope. They gave them a chance, and the Clippers stayed ready. They took the lead. They had a chance to go home with the W, but they came up short. They just showing that even without Kawhi Leonard, they still a dangerous team. Even without Kawhi Leonard, they have guys that are confident. They have guys that have a lot of pride on both ends of the court, and they have a team that can still match up well and make it tough for the Suns. The problem is Chris Paul might be coming back in Game 3, and a lot of the problems that the Suns have was not having a guy that can calm them down, not having another tough shot creator, and not having somebody that can understand how to manipulate the defense to get the best shot available. And I feel like that's something that Devin Booker struggled with, and that's something definitely that Chris Paul will be there and cure for this team. So if Chris Paul does come back and he play like he played against Denver, it's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be trouble for the Clippers. But they resilient. They never quit. They never give up, and they really do believe in their abilities, and they got this far because of that. And they had a shot to actually steal this game and have it 1-1 going to LA. But Phoenix held on. Phoenix stayed together, and Devin Booker relied a lot more on his others, more than he did in the beginning of the game. He rolled him a little bit more in the second half, and a lot of it was because he was in foul trouble, and he just made a lot of mistakes. He wanted the game a lot. He really wanted to win this game. They got it done, but he has to relax. He has to step back a little bit and trust the guys around him a little bit more. They helped him win this game. They're the reason why they won this game, and he just has to notice that. You're not playing with a bunch of scrubs. You're not playing with a bunch of people that can't play. They're good. They can shoot. They can make plays. And Ayton is a great center in this league, and I think Chris Paul will smooth out everything, and the Phoenix Suns should be able to lock up this series. I don't know if they're gonna sweep them. I don't know if the Clippers gonna win 1, 2, 3 games, but I did pick Phoenix to win this series, and going up 2-0 is huge for them, as now they only have to win 2 more games to go to their first finals since the 90s. That's how hard it is to do it. That's how hard it is to get it done. But the Clippers not going to concede it. We done seen that throughout their playoff run. They're going to come out hungry. They're going to come out ready, and you're going to have to put your foot on their neck and cut it. Because if you don't, they're going to get back up and try to stab you in the back. And that's just how the Clippers been this entire run. And that's how they're going to be in Game 3. So they better bring their A game. They better be ready because they're going to have to put this Clipper team away. And if they don't, they can have a chance to tie this series up and put pressure back on Phoenix to take control of it and try to advance. Other than that, I'll be back later with the coverage of the Bucks Hawks game 1 later today, and I will have my mock draft coming this week once the playoff games slow down a little bit more. I will definitely be having my mock draft now that the lottery has dropped, so that gives y'all something to look forward to. And other than that, Quinn Wade basketball analysis. I know I'm late, but I've been grinding for y'all, and I had to take a day off. But y'all still got my reaction anyway, and I'll be back later with the Bucks Hawks one. Peace.